Alright, today guys we're looking at weapon and clothing shops inside Altis Life 5.0.
Make it lose with the unthinkable. Don't stop till you come first. Life too unpredictable. Take control of what you're worth. Wasting time so
So, what are we editing? We're editing mission file.sqm, the config weapons, config clothing, and the string table. So you will need Altis Life 5.0 setup, armor free sometime, and Notepad++. Let's get into it. Alright, so today guys I will be showing you how to set up an NPC weapon and clothing shop which require a license. So first things first, you want to obviously load up armor and then you want to go into the editor. You just want to select Altis because it's Altis, but if you're doing a different map it will be pretty similar. Alright, so just wait for it to load. While it's loading, let me just tell you something. So if you want to look at the last tutorial, it just showed you really simply how to set up a very simple weapon shop. So if you want to literally just know the weapon shop part, you can go check the last tutorial. Anyway, right, so once you're in, you just want to go to scenario, open, and you should have already set this up with your Altis mission.sqm ready to edit. If you don't know how to do that, just put a comment below pointing that out and I'll make a tutorial. Right, so this is what I made in another video, which was a weapon shop, which is really simple. I'm going to delete that for now, and what you want to do is you just want to zoom out, and then you want to go grab the NPC that is normally in the gun store, but I've moved my gun store, so you would normally just grab it from here by selecting him, then copying, but I've got mine in the town centre. Right, so select the range master, copy him, and then what I'm going to do is these are my markers. I'm going to just remove those, right, and I'm going to just place him on this corner, you know, to mix things up. And then you just want to, you know, get him to, oh my god, you just want to rotate him properly. So you can use shift, you hold shift, then you just hold left click and you can rotate him, and then you hold alt and use left, move your mouse up and down while holding left click. There you go. And what I'm going to show you today is also how to just like you may want to have different clothes. So what you do is you just right click, go to edit character, and then you could just change the clothes to look at, maybe make him have like a vest, or yeah. Well, I'm gonna make mine have a little thingy, and I'm gonna give him what looks like pothead clothes. There we go. I'll make him like a hobo actually. Alright, there we go. Yeah, and then you just click OK, and there we go, he's changed. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to start loading other files. So what you want to do is you want to go into your, this is just my stuff, you want to go into Altis and so life.altis, and once you're in there you want to open up stringtable.xml with Notepad++, or you can use another editing program. You want to go into config, you want to open up weapons, config_weapons.hpp. Then you also want to load up clothing, and then you also want, where is that, config_licenses.hpp. So this one might take a little bit longer. So first of all I'm going to get started with the marker. Right, so what you want to do is you want to, you see in the top right it shows F6. Well, what I would do is you just go in this and then you just choose a marker. It can be literally just any marker, but I think it has to be under map locations, otherwise it might not show up for the people. Anyway, so I'm thinking mine's going to be some kind of like To show that you can use anything, I'm literally going to use this rock marker. Let's place that there. I don't know why I'm lagging, by the way. And then you just, what you need to do is you need to, the variable name just has to be something different, it really doesn't matter. And then you just want to go up to your, see this gun store marker, which you should have at your normal gun store. You just want to copy the bit in the text. This will be in the description anyway, the bit that you need to paste in. Yeah. No, right, so that's my rock marker. Let's paste that there. Right, what you can do is if you want to change the colour, like make it pink. I want mine to be pink. I mean, who doesn't want a good pink rock? Just place that on top of your guy. And I'll just next to it for now. Right, what you want to do is it's called Guns Text Gun Store. What you want to do is you want to just highlight the bit there. Then you want to go into your string.xml, then you want to press Control F, Control V to copy it into there, and then click Find. And I'm just going to delete this out from the old video. And then you want to copy this entry, which is string mart_mart_ gun store, which was the same as that. Then you just want to copy that and put it below. Once you've done that, you just need to change it a bit. So I'm going to be making some kind of like black market. So you just want to change this gun store bit and call it like whatever you want. So yours could be fun store, I don't know. And then just the bit that I've highlighted now is where you just put what you want the name of it to show up as on the map. Then I can just save that, double click on that part, and then Control C, and just swap it with that. Make sure you have the app though. To show that you can actually use whatever thing you want, I'm going to just get this, leave it as black, then I'm going to get that, and then just copy that part. So you can have as many marks as you want, it really doesn't matter, right? Now we're literally just going to be doing stuff in here. Right, so luckily the thing about the gun store is it already has everything, meaning this time we don't need to delete anything, because the gun store already has a weapon, clothing and clothing shop, and it already has a buyable license. Right, so let's get started. First of all, we're going to set up the clothing shop, the gun store and the clothing shop. I'm going to get rid of my old entry. Right, what you want to do is you want to go into configure weapons.hpp. Then where it says class gun, you want to copy from there to there, and then you just want to paste it there. Make sure the class gun is in the same line like that. Right, and then where it says class, let's just add where it says class gun, you just want to change that to anything. Make sure to keep it lowercase. Then you want to copy that, go back into game, and navigate where it says life FNC weapon shop menu, and then after that it's in quotation marks it says gun. You just want to paste what your name was from there into there. Right, now that you've done that, you want to tab back out, you want to go, this is the name of your store, mine's going to be called Black Market. Right, let's set up the license in a bit. Right, mine's going to be on the side civilian, I'm making a video with it on the side cop. Right, so what you want to do is you just want to delete up to there, and yeah. But remember, these are basically entries for what will be in your store, and the last one always has no comma. So if we're gonna, so for example, I'm gonna add 2 guns today, and look, the first one I'm gonna put a comma on it, and the last one I'm not, and I'm also gonna add 2 magazines. Right, so now what you want to do is, I'm going to just quickly clear these to make it a bit more simpler for you guys to notice. Right, so what you want to do is you want to scroll to the top, and these 2 links for the weapon, how you find the weapon class names. Weapon class names, you just want to double click on that, that'll take you to the weapon class name website, and double click on that, and that'll take you to the attachments and items. Right, now that we're on here, you want to scroll down to where you find a weapon you like. You can literally use any weapon. All you need to do is just from the weapon that you like, you just double click on, you see this second column, which is actually the class name. You just want to copy that, and then you want to go into here, There you want to just paste it in this first set of quotation marks. Let's go get our ammo for it. Right, so to get the ammo, this is our weapon. You just go across. It is the 5th column across, and it is this is all the ammo it can use. Each weapon can use. So I'm going to use those magazines. So if we just do that, and you'll just paste your magazine down here. And for the second weapon, I'm going to have a Katiba. I'm going to have a Subaru. You just want to copy that class name from the second column, and then you just also want to paste it in there. I probably should have put the pistol first actually, but anyway, yeah. And then you go back into here and you get the magazines, which is just a 6-round cylinder, right? And then you just paste that in there as well. Right, the scopes. How do we get scopes? That is from the second link, which was items. If you scroll down, look, we already see suppressors. We chose 6.5, so I'm gonna add a 6.5mm suppressor for my for this. Right, there you go, 6.5mm suppressor for the Katiba. Also, I'm going to be adding a quick scope. You know, who doesn't love a scope? Let's add a ARCO. Right, one sec. Oh my god. Right. Then right, there we go. Remember, the last one doesn't have a comma. Right, so I'll explain this in a second. Right, so this is the buy price. I'm going to have the buy price as Katiba for 25k. This is the sell price. Same as this. Buy price 6,500. I'm going to assume that's 3,250. And then the second entry is buy price. I mean sell price. Sell price, sell price, sell price. Going to set them all to 0. And then the 6.5mm magazines, I'm going to set those to like 1,250 each. And then 6-round cylinders, I'm going to set those to like 450 each. And then suppressor, I'm going to set to 10k. And then ARC, I'm going to set to 3k. Right, there we go. Right, and this second quotation marks is the nickname for it. If this is the Katiba, so if we look back in here, this is what the Katiba will actually show up as in the shop. It will be called Katiba 6.5mm. But if we don't want to be called that, like we want it to be called Great Gun, then it will be called Great Gun in the shop. And I'll show you the difference between this. If we look back at the Zuba, where is that? That's what it will be called in the shop, but we've not changed the nickname, so it will stay as that name in the shop. But this, it's not going to be called Katiba, it will be called Great Gun. Right, and this final quotation marks, these are actually conditions, as you can see up here. This is like these are the conditions for the gun. So maybe you have to be a certain level, maybe you have to have a specific license, but for now we're going to make it so you have to have the license to get everything. What you want to do is, like, if you want it to say after a certain license, just copy that and just put it there instead. Right, so now we're going to set up the clothing shop, which can be done in... right, first of all, yeah, we'll set up the clothing shop. Right, clothing shop, so you want to scroll down till you see. I just like to put it after the one we're copying all the time. Gun clothing, right, here we go, here's gun clothing. So yours won't be on line 312, but you just scroll down to TC class gun underscore clothing, and then you've just got that. Right, what you want to do is you just want to change this to whatever you want, so I'm going to call it black again. And then you want the title, just change that to change the end of the string after C underscore 2. I'm going to put that to what I want it to be. The conditions, just leave that like that. Then a uniform, you get the stuff from the top. Here you see clothing, we can find here. Right, so let's scroll down. to where was it? Class black, right? And these are just it removing certain pieces of clothing, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just get that. I just want to leave it like that, right? And then just copy this entry from up here actually, and just put a comma. I'm going to show you by doing like a couple of them. Right, we'll just do a uniform and a vest, so I don't want to waste too much time. Right, so this once again is a class name, and if we, so this is uniform. If we go into the link we just clicked, it's a second entry, and you can just get the class name from the second entry, and that's what it will be called once again. And then you just paste it in there, and then I'm going to call mine Hobo Chav, and this is the price. I'm going to make mine 150 to buy, and these are conditions for you having to buy it. Right, vests. If you go on that same web page, we can scroll down. There we go. Here's some vests. So we'll add this slash. That's what it'll be called in the shop. Just go down there, double click on that. Wait one sec, double click on that. Control V, paste it. This is the buy price, 2,500 for me. This is what it's going to be called. Slash blur down there. Right, and there we go. That's actually that done. But first we're going to quickly do the string table, right? So you just want to copy this up here, just at class gun clothing. Then you want to go in string table.xml. You want to press Control F. You want to put it in find what, and then once you've found it, you just want to copy this entry, which is string shops underscore c underscore gun. Then you just want to paste it like that. Then you want to go back into your clothing, and then in your class that you created, you just want to copy the title where it says string, and then you just want to put that in that bit, and then you just want to call it what it's going to be called. Mine's going to be black market clothing. Actually, I need to go change that because you want to so that the shops can't be called the same thing. Right, there we go. That's the clothing done for now. Now remember that's aside, I'm going to have it on civilian. Right, so licenses, you need to add a license. If we just press Control F and search for gun, that finds a gun license, and then you just copy that class and just paste it right underneath. There we go, like that. And I'm going to call mine black, and then variable, and just call that what your title's called as well. Then the string, so you just want to, after license and score, you just want to change that to whatever you want. Mine's going to be black. And then you want to go up and to class gun, you want to select license score firearm. Then you want to go into string table, then you want to press Control F, paste it, search for it. Then you want to copy this entry of string underscore license underscore firearm. Right, and when you're in here, you just want to go back to licenses. You want to copy what you added to the end. Mine was just black, and then you just want to add it onto the end like that, and then just go to that black, and it's called whatever you want. But mine's not. It sounds a bit weird having the license black market, so I'm just call mine black market. Kind of like, I don't know, black market pass. There we go, that's a good, great name. Go back into licenses, we see the price of it. I'm gonna have mine at like 15,000. And then illegal, yes, it is going to be illegal. And then we see side is going to be civilian, so this if it's going to be illegal, so mine's going to be set as yes, which allows, I think, if you have such a script of cops to take it off. Right, so there we go, we're actually done in that. But what we need to do is, where it says underscore black, we just need to copy that bit. No, where it just says black, just copy that bit. And where it says license underscore civ underscore gun, you just add that bit onto the end. Because that's basically saying that license underscore civ underscore Right, so this bit is basically just saying that's a civilian license, and then the end bit is just what the license you need, and then yeah, that means that you then just copy that. There you go into config weapons, and then double click on that and go there. Right, and that should be all of these files sorted out. Now we just need to put this into the server. Right, so first of all, if we tab back into game, we see where it says string shops underscore w underscore gun. That's what, oh, no need to do that actually. You want to just copy that string underscore shops underscore w underscore gun. You just want to copy that, control F, search it in here, and then this is my old one. I'm going to delete that and I'm going to show it you. Right, then you just want to copy this string underscore shops underscore w gun entry. You just want to paste it, and then you just want to change the end after w underscore to whatever you want. I'm going to call mine as black, and then this is just what the weapon, so I'm going to call it black market. And then what did I call mine? I called mine black market weapons. Just keep this as the same name as your this is what it would be called in scroll wheel, I believe. Right, I just want to copy this kind of like string bit. I want to go back into game and replace that bit with that. There we go. Right, and then we did that earlier, didn't we? Then you want to go where it says license underscore civ underscore gun. We've actually changed that, so you need a different license. And our different license is license underscore civ underscore black. So you just want to copy that and then replace it with that. There we go. Right, and this is equal to civilian, means you have to be civilian. Right, so localize string shops underscore c underscore gun. You just want to copy that bit, and then you just want to search for and stringtail.xml. Right, and then so we're on to the clone shop. I'm going to delete this for now. Oh no, we've already done that. Yeah, when did we do that? Was that in clothing? Yeah, we've already done that. Right, so now you just want to copy that bit that you've already used, which is string shops underscore c underscore black. So that string that you created for clothing earlier, just want to put it there. Right, and there we see it says yeah, and this gun clothing bit, that is actually from the clothing. As we look up there, it says class gun underscore clothing, and we change that to black. So you just want to copy what you put after class, and then just replace gun clothing with that. There we go. And if we go down a bit, we see that license underscore civ underscore gun. Once again, we just replace it with our license, which was license underscore civ underscore black. And we just replace that there. Right, if we go down, we just need to, let me just find it right. Where it says gun here, that's actually referencing to the gun bit, gun variable, I believe. So you just want to copy what you put there, and which mine was black, and then you just want to replace it there. And then you just want to replace it there as well. And if you go down, yeah, gun, there's another gun bit, so you just want to replace that one as well. Hopefully I've not forgot any guns. Right, there we go. That should be them all. Then license underscore civ underscore gun. You want to replace that with your license again. Mine was just black on the end, so I'm going to just leave that. Right, that's actually that done. But you might, yeah. So remember these little markers, just make sure you drag them on top, otherwise it looks a bit weird. I'm going to smooth this one up because otherwise, you know, yeah, because the people won't be able, the civilians in game, you won't actually be able to see the people on the map, so you just want to make sure you put the marker on top of them. Right, then save your scenario, and then put all your files into your server into the correct place, and we'll be back in a second once I've done all that. Right guys, so I have just put all the files in my server. I am going to connect to it now. This is my server, but you can do it on your server. But you could see, you might see it working in the future if you were to join my server, but so it's not currently open. Anyway, so we didn't set ours up for cop or medic, we set ours up for civilian, so you want to join a civilian because we made sure that in one of the conditions you had to be, we left it so, as one of the conditions said, it said you had to be in player side civilian, so if we're not in that, we won't be able to access the shop. And of course we want to be able to access our amazing black market. Right, so remember you could do this for like any guns, you could do it for any side. I'll show you kind of faction side a bit later, maybe in another video I'll show it. So like meta where you have to be a certain kind of cop rank to actually do it. Overall this requires an SQL to be working. Anyway, so if you want to check out my last two tutorials, the first one was on how to set up spawn points of factions, any faction, civilian, medical, cop. And my second one showed you very simply how to just set up a weapon shop, although it did take quite a while. The video was quite long because, yeah, I think I kind of just went about it the easier way. And just, yeah. Anyway, right, so now it's loading. Once loaded in, you can just go to the place, get some monos, because I made everything cost money, but you can just make your stuff be free if you want it to be free. So like for cops you might want it to be free, because I don't see why cops would pay money. Alright, so now we're in game. If we see two signs of it working, well, the thing working, if we zoom in, look, this is where we placed it, wasn't it, on this side of the road. There we see the sign which says black market, that's the bunker one. Then we've got the rocks one, so that's it working twice. That shows you can use any marker. Now I've just placed my own mark there, and it's 500 feet away. I don't know why it's showing them in feet, but yeah. So if we just run up the road, there we see our guy. Look, we see he's wearing the hobo clothes along with the slash. So I could have added some uniform. Oh, I did add uniform actually, didn't I? Just remembered. Right. So if we run up, oh, there's town. Right, so here we see, right, so you see, oh look, the shops aren't showing up, right, but we do see something that says Black Market Pass if you look in the top right hand side on the screen. Up there it was, right, and it says Black Market Pass, so I have money on me, I have the required amount. Look, you press it, I've just bought it, there you go, see money's gone, and now the Black Market weapons and clothing have shown up, that's cool. Right, so now if we load up this, we've got, well, that's called Great Gun because we changed it, but this one we didn't change, so it goes with the original name. We look with all the prices we got, but when you click magazines on this, it shows magazines that can use, and when you click magazines on this, it shows magazines that can use. And when you click accessories to that, we see the sound special and the ARCO. Right, now we go back and we leave that, we go down to Black Market Clothing, we see we can click remove uniform, it goes to no uniform, Hobo Chav. Remember I didn't change the name of that, so it's called Hobo Chav. I mean I did change the name of that, so it's called Hobo Chav. Then Slash Bled, what I changed it to. Nothing in backpacks, nothing in glasses, nothing in hats, because I changed all that. Right, there we go, so that's fully done. Look, he's got his cool backpack on, he looks swag, you could buy a thingy off him, buy a couple of mags, and then we can also get an accessory like this. Then look, we can also buy the Zuba, and look, now we've lost quite a lot of money. Go put that, you can put that in your back. Zuba, no ammo there because I don't have any space. There we go. Look, it's all worked fine. Anyway, if you want to see another video, guys, if you want a specific tutorial, just comment below what tutorial you want. And on that note, thanks for watching, have a good day guys.